All right, so we got to talk about this $15 billion market cap prediction for baby Doge. Now, this is definitely possible here, and we're going to talk about why it's possible, and then we're going to talk about how it could get there, and then we're going to do the math just to show that this is possible. So, definitely stick around to the end of the video. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice, but let's get straight to it. So, the first thing that we're just going to look here is at the baby Doge, all of these tokenomics here. So we have a circulating supply, give or take around 150 quadrillion. Now it's more so like 149, 148, and then after we do the 5 quadrillion burn, it'll be much less. But essentially, just looking at it like this from this perspective here, we're at about 150 quadrillion. And the reason why I came up with the 150 quadrillion for our circulating supply is because if you go ahead and you look over here at the Binance Smart Chain scan here for baby Doge, you can actually see we have 208 quadrillion. If you do 420 quadrillion minus the 208 here, it's around 211 quadrillion, give or take. You have this Unicrypt, you subtract that 59 quadrillion, you have about 151 quadrillion. And then if you look at the OKX bridge, some could argue that that's circulating. You look at all the different exchanges, some could argue that that's circulating because people can buy and sell as they please. Liquidity, you could argue that that is also circulating because we're literally about to take some money from the liquidity so then we can burn. The multi-chain, some could argue that that's also circulating as well. So I'm just like, you know what, whatever, let's just make it easier and just say 150 quadrillion. We actually have less. So if it's possible to get to the 15 billion market cap when we're doing the quadrillions for where it's at now, like if you think about it, like yeah, it's definitely possible. So we're just going to go ahead and say, give or take, we have 150 quadrillion circulating supply, right? Even though we have a little bit less. Now, at our peak, we were at 8Z6345 for baby Doge. 8Z6345 was our peak here for baby Dogecoin. And this is an important number because if you actually go ahead and do the math here, and I actually already went ahead and did it, but I already closed it earlier so you can't actually see it again. But we'll just go ahead and do this right now. If you just go ahead and take where we are now, 150 quadrillion, and if you look at this now, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, if you multiply that by 8Z6345, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, lots of numbers there, 8Z6345, you can go ahead and get this 951 million inside of market cap. Essentially, it's $1 billion market cap. That's what we're looking at here. And that's pretty big because the fully diluted market cap was over $1 billion. The fully diluted market cap was actually about 1.5 billion at this point. And then this market cap, our actual market cap here, was about 951 billion at the peak of the market. Now, this is kind of important because baby Doge started right before the peak of the market. If we would have had time to mature our project, if we would have had time to do what we're at now and get all of the holders that we're at now, think about how many holders baby Doge has now compared to back then. If we were able to get to $1 billion market cap back then, 1.5 billion fully diluted, 900 and whatever that was, 951 million, regular market cap, and 1.5 billion fully diluted, and we were less than 1 million holders. We were like at 200k holders at that point. But if you look at us now, we're at like 1.7 million. So if we're able to do that same thing, you already know what could happen here. Like baby Doge could really reach the moon. And this is kind of surprising if you look at it. Like that was during the beginning of our journey with baby Doge. Like we literally peaked not too long after we started the project because the whole market peaked. So we didn't have time to mature our project before we reached our peak. If we would have been in the billions for our market cap. And that's why I'm saying during the next bull market here, baby Doge is probably going to reach like 15 billion market cap. Like at the peak of the last bull market, Dogecoin reached 90 billion in market cap. 90 billion, which is insane. Now, baby Doge here, as you can see, it started around June, give or take. It was sometime around June that baby Doge started. So we can't necessarily see the actual like very start and finish of baby Doge there, but give or take, it started somewhere around there. So that's what we're looking at here for baby Doge, and that's why I believe baby Doge can get all the way up to 4 billion market cap. Because when we started, we weren't even a mature project at that point, and we were still able to make it happen. We were still able to rise inside of the midst of the crazy market that we were in. So from the time of like June all the way up here to like January of that next year, we didn't even have time. We didn't even have a full year to make sure our project was mature, and we had to reach a peak before the market started to crash. So now I say this, I say all that to say this: like Baby Doge during the next bull market is going to be major. It's going to be big during the next bull market here. And yeah, we were following it the whole time there. I've always been following Baby Doge, and yeah, I'm glad I was, because we documented some good stuff here with Baby Doge. We documented a lot. So now what we're gonna do is do some price predictions here for Baby Doge and seeing where we will be very soon. So, well, during the bull market, whenever the bull market is, the bull market may be very soon or it may not. But we know the next bull market, we should definitely be able to do this. So, if we got all the way up to 8Z6345 and we weren't a mature project, I think we can do double that, and double that pretty much when we start next time as well. So if you look at that, that would also bring us to about 7. It would bring us to the 7Z area, somewhere over there, give or take. So we should definitely be able to do more than that as well. So I'm still predicting 6Z1 by the end of the bull market, the peak of the bull market of the next bull market. So if we were going to be looking at it from that perspective, then we could kind of just take the same thing here, the 150 quadrillion right here, and then we could multiply that by 8Z or 6Z1. So that would then bring us up to $15 billion market cap. And that's why I keep bringing the same figure here, because that's really the prediction for us for Baby Doge, and that's where we're going to be during the next peak of the bull market. If we're able to get 1 billion as a non-mature project, not able to reach actually 1.7 million in holders, because now we have 1.7 million holders. Before we had like 200k holders, and we reached 500k. But we reached 500k after we started to really pull back down. Like we started to pull back down, and then we started to get way more holders. So if we were able to have that 1.7 million holders from the jump, I think we would be doing much, much, much better. We would have done much better there. So yeah, this next time, that's pretty much what's going to happen for us. Now, if we're going to look at this objectively here, 15 billion market cap, what would you need to get to $1 million at a 15 billion market cap? Now, I'm still predicting a pullback here inside of Baby Doge, and I mentioned this during the last live stream. There's still a predicted pullback. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you all exactly why I believe so. So, we're just going to go ahead and zoom in here. We haven't touched the bottom of the momentum wave band yet. Typically, every single time we touch the top of the momentum wave band, we then go down to the bottom of it. We do it all the time. We touch the top of it, then we go down to the bottom of it. If you see it, and also the momentum wave band actually curves down as we make our way down. So as we make our way down to the bottom of this momentum wave band, we should essentially start to see that curve down, actually like it's doing right now. Notice how this momentum wave band is curving down now. So the bottom of it is going to be give or take around 9Z9. Maybe we can do 9Z7, but I'm just going to do the prediction as if we were at 9Z9, right? Now, if we're going to do it like that, then let's just say you have $15,000 and you want $1 million. You can go ahead and divide that by the 9Z9, and that's pretty much the prediction of where we should be. And 9Z9 is pretty low. A lot of people don't want to see it go that low, but I'm realistic here, and I do believe it will go down that low. Look, million, billion, trillion, that's 16.6 trillion. You can go ahead and then multiply that by 6Z1, because that's our target price. And then that would bring you $1.6 million. So that'd be $15,000. And the reason why I do it like this is because if you multiply that by 0.37, which I live in the US, so our top tax bracket is 37%, which is a lot, but not as much as the UK, so I'm not even that mad about it. But yeah, that's $616,000. So then that would bring you down to $1 million. So if you want $1 million after taxes, you need $15,000, and we're looking at after taxes. Now, not every single place has high taxes like this. I think Brazil's only like 7 or 8%. Shout out to you Brazilians there. Like y'all got it good. I think some of the tax, I think that might be the only tax bracket there. I don't know. But let's just say we're gonna do it without taxes, right? If we're looking at this without taxes, you might be able to do it with $10,000. So let's go ahead and divide the 10,000 by, where we're predicted to go down to 99. So if we're gonna divide that 10,000 by 99, let's go ahead and do this. So like I said, there's a lot of numbers here, a lot of numbers. That would be about 11.1 trillion inside of coins here, which is a lot. It's a lot. And then if we go ahead and multiply this by 6Z1, yeah, that's 1.1 million. And yeah, you can do it with 10,000 if you're not looking at it with taxes. But I'm looking at this from the perspective of paying taxes. Like, you don't want to skip out on taxes wherever you're at. But yeah, $10,000 without taxes, $15,000 with taxes. That's what we're looking at here for Baby Doge to become a millionaire. And that's if we pull back down to 9Z9. Not necessarily if, but when. And that's if we pull down to 9Z9 flat, like this area here, completely down at 9Z9. There is 9Z980 all the way here and 4020. So there's a possibility that it stops somewhere in this area. And there's also a possibility that it comes all the way down here to this area. So it just depends where exactly it goes. But give or take, you would need $10,000 to $15,000 getting in at 9Z9 to make $1 million by the time we hit 6C1. So yeah, I'm still predicting that we do go down from there. And I've been talking about this with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's predicted to go down to $20,000. And if Bitcoin does that, then Baby Doge is definitely going down to 9Z9. And if Bitcoin goes down to $15,000 after that, then Baby Doge could go down to 9Z7. So yeah, if we were looking at the perspective of it going down to 9Z7, now we need way less money. Now we can look at $10,000 and divide that by 97. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So many zeros. But anyways, that's 14.2 trillion there. And then we can go ahead and multiply that by 6C1, which is 1.4 million. So you would need far less. You could probably do it with less than $10,000, right? Less than 10,000. Let's say, give or take, you can probably do it with 7,000. And let's see what we would be at with that. So now we would go ahead and take this and do 9Z7. That'd be 10 trillion exactly. Multiply that by 6Z1, and you get $1 million flat. So $7,000 at 9Z7. So yeah, like there's a lot of different ways that we can spend this, a lot of different ways we can look at it. But essentially, a $15 billion market cap for Baby Doge. Price prediction, that would mean that would be like 6Z1, which is 6 zeros and then 1. And that's pretty good because, I think a lot of people would benefit humongously off that. Like, you don't even need to have $10,000. Like, yeah, if you want to get all the way up to $1 million, right? But you can get up to $100,000 and still be good, right? Off of what you put in. So let's look at the perspective from people that have a little bit less capital to put in. If you want to go ahead and put in $1,000 here, let's see where you would be at with that. So $1,000 being put in, let's just say 9Z9, and that would give you about 1.11 trillion multiplied by our 6Z1 figure. That's $111,000 off of $1,000. That's still life-changing money. Now, if we're looking at the perspective, I don't think it's 37% at 111,000. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's 28%. I don't know. It's like $31,000 taken away from the taxes. But you get the drift here. You get the motion. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. $111,000 off of $1,000, or you could get 1.5 million off of like 15K, or 1.6 million off 15K, 1.1 million off of 10K. Like, yeah, this is definitely very good. So yeah, let me know what you all think about this. And yeah, this is the price prediction for Baby Doge. So let me know what you guys think about this. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. Check out the link in the description if you want these chart prime indicators. And as always, I'll be back with another video.